Well, hello people, Peter here down in the old man shed. It's what, 12:30 on a Sunday. Bit cold outside, so the noise you can hear in the background maybe is the old shed heater, because I've got that on to make me nice and warm and toasty in the shed. The layout, nothing to talk about on the layout. It's as it is. Since you last seen it, it's still running well, he says, touching wood, great. No, this video is more about what you can see in front of you, this Class 68. Okay, I just want to talk and shout its praises a little bit. Okay, so what's so special about this one? Well, it's just the fact that it was a nice experience buying this particular model. Stunning livery. What's her number? She's 68032 in the Transpennine Express, and she's called Destroyer. And what was good about this is the experience, is the fact that she literally came out the box perfect. I mean, if I had a DC layout, you just could put you was able to put this on the track and run it straight away. Absolutely brilliant. There's no marks on the paintwork or anything like that. There's no bits that was in the box when I unpacked it. Nothing to add to it, because as you know, 68s, they come detailed at one end and with the universal tension lock coupling at the other end. So she's ready to run at the box. But she, as you know, she comes with the detail packs if you want to detail it at both ends and have it a running light loco, or if you want to put the coupling at both ends, you know, they supply the bits and pieces to do that. So yes, that would need a bit of work to do, but otherwise out the box she was ready to run. However, being DCC, obviously I've got a sound chip that I put in it, and I put a driver figure in it, so it involved taking the body off, but that's another plus point with this particular model. Just the 4 little clips, no screws, that you just put your pieces of card or plastic, and the body slips off so easily. Really well. Nothing's in the way, nothing's in danger of being broken as you take it off. Really well thought out, Dapol. Then I had to get the cab out of one end to put James the driver in it. Got a driver figure in there. That just involves, you have to tease the body apart a little bit so that it can free the clips, and a little bit of jiggery pokery. It's not really that difficult, but you know, a little bit fiddlier to get the cab out and then put it back in. The sound file, not the sound file, the decoder I got from Richard at Roads Rails, and he supplies a mega bass speaker. That one he's recommended for it, because this one just slips straight in without having to do any modification to the engine. You know, I mean, I know he's got videos showing that it puts an EM1 speaker or something bigger, I don't know, but this one fits straight in without doing any modification, because in the body there is a nice area there to take, I think it's an EM1 speaker. It's a very long speaker, goes in there, and obviously this one just fits so easily that it's a breeze to fit. And I think I would be right, well, what I've done is I put it face down, because there's no holes in the top, but there is holes in the chassis. So if you got the speaker and you direct it, instead of having it going upwards, you have it going downwards. Well, that's what I've done. And she's noisy enough, to be honest. So that's what I've done. So yeah, so it's a Loksound 5 decoder with a mega bass speaker, but the sound file is by someone called JMC, which is provided by Richard, and it is brilliant. There's a couple of things you have to do to this loco once you've got the body shell off to take advantage of the chip's functions, and I'll just show you. Right, well here we are. So this is the owner's guide that comes with the engine. These are the dip switches that you'll see once you take the body shell off. These are accessible under that panel there. If you take off the exhaust, you can access these particular switches. That's the way it is, comes from the factory. For this chip, you've got to change a switch. I put S1 and S2 in the middle position, and that turns off the cab lights, because that's the only downside with the Dapol. They, for some reason or other, they've although they've got cab lights, they've elected to have the cab lights on all the time. And as you ought to know, when a train is on the main tracks, it definitely shouldn't run with cab lights on. So to have your train running with cab lights on is a no-no. And also, not only that, if you don't put a driver figure in there, it just shows off, a bit like what the Hatton 66. It just shows off that you haven't got a driver, you know, because you've got the lights on, and it's pointing out you haven't got a driver. So I live with the fact that I don't have the cab lights on at all. You move those two switches down, because the one end, you know, S1 is one end, S2 is the other end. Put that in the middle position, and that's your cab lights off. There's a little switch here. You have to change that position to, I think it's position 2. It comes in position 1, and you change it to position 2. And why you do that is then that brings in the functions that the JMC file allows you to do with the loco. So let's have a look. Okay, right, holding the camera by hand so I can show you both ends of the loco once I get it going, to show you what you can do with the lights. So obviously, like virtually every other loco out there, 0 turns the lights on, and then on this one 10 gives you the halo lights. And because it is as it is, the back end, if I just bring it forward, I'm not going to put the sound on just yet, and you can see she runs absolutely gorgeous. When she runs past, the back end will have the red light on as well, which we do. Alright, so there we are. But this is as if it's running as a light engine. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say it's a heavy engine, so the rear lights should go off, which is, I think, function 11. He says the lights have gone off, but if I bring her back, you see the lights change anyway because she's directional. But in a minute, when you see the front again, when I stop it and change direction, it won't have any lights on. You know, you'll see that the lights at the back have gone off as well. Alright, so that's heavy mode. You see no lights on. It's probably coupled up now. Change direction. The lights will come back on. We come forward, but she's coupled up. Is she coupled up? No, that's good. She hasn't yet. That's good. So that's it. But you have train mode, yard mode. So let's go and see. Just got to see which one that is. Hold on. Right, it's called parked mode. That's the mode. So we have got red lights now on the front, and yet, although you shouldn't be moving it, they're still red. And then as she comes past, you will see that at the back end is also red lights. Alright, so if that's how she was in the sidings, just parked up, you can have red front and rear. Okay, then there's one more thing. Okay, so this is the last light function. So I've turned the shed lights down because this is the nighttime running. And what this one does, if you put all the lights on first, normal, so 0 for the lights, and then 10 for the halo lights, and you think, well, that's alright, it's bright enough, isn't it, Peter? That's what your normal lights are. But no, If I now go 12, they become even brighter. There we are. Okay, so that's the nighttime running lights. Okay, so that's all that's yet another function. So fantastic. So you'll see the difference. I'll turn it off the night one again. F12. There we are. Turn off the halos, and then turn off the lights. They go bright for a second until the model turns it off. Okay, so that's the light function. Brilliant. Let's carry on. Okay, so let's have the sounds on then. Alright, so I'm going to hand hold the camera again, so hopefully I'll try and keep it steady. So we have the cab sound to start up before the engine start. And engine start. Right, now because this is pulling a rate of IOA wagons and they're all full of ballast, you've got speed lock, so I'm going to thrash it a little bit before I let it pull away. So for speed lock is 7, and then you can adjust the speed and it won't move, but the engine will arrive. It's a nice bit of thrashing, and take off speed lock. And there she goes. And no rear lights because she's in heavy train mode. And why there's no lights on the end of the engine is because you've got the rear lights on the end of the wagons. There she comes. I haven't got her going around that fast. I do like the sound of this particular one. Doesn't sound like a steam engine. I'm afraid the other sound file that's fitted to those two there, which are factory sound fitted, and they're paired up together so that they always they can run the nuclear flask. So they're in a consist. So they're just down as being the number 68, and then they both move. I have to put the sound on, obviously. Now when this one comes round next time, I will shut the throttle off and she will coast quite a lot, because you can do manual braking, which is F2. If you just hold the F2 button down, she will virtually stop almost immediately. If you just keep dabbing F2, she will slow down, you know, to your heart's content. Yes, I know you can set it in the CV value to do that, but you get the brake sounds as well when you hit the F2. So let's go. So about there now, so I'll turn the power off. So in order to try and... You can hear it, and you see how much she slowed down because I've got the power on. So that's me not controlling it very well because I'm trying to operate the camera at the same time. Okay, so maybe I'll try and do it one more time. Send it off. That's no thrashing this time. A little bit faster. So when she comes round the back there, by the time when she comes round underneath the bridge, I'll hit the F2, turn the power off, F2, off, and she's coasting because I took the button off. But if I want it to stop dead now, alright, so still not the best control because I'm trying to operate the camera at the same time, but there you are, you get the idea. So there we go. Sound off. Oh, that's because I still had I didn't turn the function, the cab sound off. Oh dear. That's because I still had the function button operated, so when she shuts down, it kicked it in again, which it shouldn't do, obviously. Okay, everybody, so that's it for now. So yeah, this is a video that's been dedicated to a smashing loco, and it was just nice to do. I wanted to do a video because it was just a very nice experience after as I say, with these little buggers here, the last 6 that I bought, the Hattons, they weren't ready to run out of the box, no way. But they're running well, don't get me wrong, they're fantastic now. But unlike them, this one was literally, as I say, if you was a DC operator, it ran, you know, you could run it within literally minutes. They don't even say it needs running in the instructions, they say you can run it straight away. So, you know, brilliant. But yeah, change the coupling at the back there. You can see how she's at an angle because this stupid mechanism that they use. If I let's just put the controller down. If I move that wagon in a little bit, you see, that's how they should be. But this mechanism, look at the movement on the bloody thing. So when it comes to getting the coaches, the Mark V coaches that I think Aquascale are manufacturing, because it's these engines are on the end of a push-pull train. They'll be all right pulling, but they'll be quite interesting pushing. I think there'll be quite a few hair pulling out moments of people's, if they've got tight bends like I have on my one. I mean, she's running around on a second radius curve, so she copes with all the wagons, no problems. They're all fitted with Hunt couplings, which I absolutely love to death, as you know. They've been a godsend for me and my layout. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, they're so strong it actually pulls the loco. Did you see that? Look. So sometimes I've got to put my finger on the loco to separate it. But the fact you can just separate it and attach it, oh, brilliant. You can't just play shunting with it, that's all, because the magnetics attract, don't they? They make it leap forward, but that's no bad thing. So my little layout is fantastic. Okay, waffled on enough. Thanks, everybody. Stay safe. Hopefully, because I'm an old bugger, I should be informed soon. I might get my vaccine soon. But otherwise, if you guys, you know, as I say, stay safe out there. It's still a mad world at the moment. And I want you to carry on making your videos and playing trains and all the rest of it like we're doing, okay? But, okay, so for now, Peter here down in the old man shed saying goodbye. Alright, goodbye everybody. Take care. Bye.